Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video, we are taking a look at some really fun battles in the Little Jungle Cup featuring a Pikachu Master. This trainer has submitted battles where they run 5 different Pikachu with legacy or unique moves to great success. Sun Hat Pikachu, Rockstar Pikachu, Flying Pikachu, Pikachu Popstar, and Pikachu Libre. They lead Pikachu every game with the backline of Swinub and Ducklet. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and check out the Pikachu Master in action in the Little Jungle Cup. Hopping to the first match, leading Sun Hat Pikachu into Skrelp. This is a very nice lead. Opponent is going to save switch into Chansey, and the Sun Hat Pikachu is running the Legacy Calm Day move of Surf. Pikachu going for the Wild Charge, able to do some nice chip damage, and now in comes Swinub. Even in a 500 CP meta, Chansey is still exceedingly bulky, so getting that chip damage is very nice, as now Swinub should easily be able to maintain alignment. Swinub can easily tank whatever move they decide to throw here. Psychic, not doing a whole lot of damage. Swinub is going to be going for another Icy Wind. This will not KO. Chansey is famously bulky, but it will get it low. Swinub may be looking to go for an aggressive farm down, and they're able to get it. Swinub is absolutely loaded on energy. Back in comes Skrelp. Swinub is absolutely loaded. Going for the Icy Wind, maybe expecting a shield. Opponent decides to call it, and now going for a second Icy Wind. These are unfortunately resisted, but will be able to debuff there. That lands. Oh my goodness, I think there was a visual glitch there. It looked like the opponent actually caught on a Drifloon, and they concede the match. Hopping to the next match, we have the second match of Sun Hat Pikachu. Not a great lead, gonna save switch into Swinub, and this Cottony is staying in, and the Cottony makes a very nice catch. Able to catch the Icy Wind onto Galarian Stunfisk, but they will actually end up committing the shield. Stunfisk farms up, and unfortunately they are able to outpace the Swinub. Rock Slide does not KO, and Swinub is able to reach another Icy Wind. That is very nice. Swinub has some solid bulk, unfortunately will get Mudshot down, and now in comes Pikachu. Pikachu trying to get to a move, not able to get there. I believe this is enough for the Earthquake. It is, and down goes Pikachu. So this trainer is putting all their trust into Ducklet. Ducklet able to farm down and has a shield advantage, and in comes Cottony. This hopefully means that the opponent is weak to Ducklet in the back. Going for the Bubble Beam bait. Opponent calls it. What is in the back? It is Chansey, and things are not looking good. Going for the Bubble Beam right off the bat, but to do any meaningful damage, Ducklet is going to have to debuff their own defense by going for the Brave Bird. So unfortunately, it looks like they are not going to be able to pull off the win here, as this opponent's team is just too tanky. They are going to commit the shield, but at this point, they just don't have enough HP, as Chansey is going to be able to methodically farm down. This is absolutely heartbreaking to watch. Ducklet doing its best, trying to debuff. In comes Cottony. Cottony reaches a move, and at this point, the trainer does recognize the game is over. They let them move through, and that's a good game. Hopping to the next match, switching up the Pikachus, we are leading Rockstar Pikachu into Croagunk. This should be a pretty decent lead. As you can see, Rockstar Pikachu charges incredibly quickly, going for the Thunder Punch, and it does have access to the exclusive move Meteor Mash as well. Able to grab his shield, going for the switch, and able to catch a move onto Ducklet. Did they catch the Brick Break? They did! Very nice catch there. Unfortunately, you do have to watch out for a potential Sludge Bomb. Going to commit the shield, it is the Sludge Bomb, very nice call, and the opponent brings in Cottony. Ducklet only going to be able to reach one move, so going for the Brave Bird. Going for Broke, hoping it lands, but the opponent commits the shield, and they're going to be able to charm down. And now it's all up to Swinub. Swinub was looking to get to the Body Slam, but just got outpaced. They're going to need to commit the shield and hope the charge move didn't register. It did not, and they should be able to farm down. Swinub is very low, but has a ton of energy. Back in comes Croagunk, going straight for the Icy Wind. This should be taking out the Croagunk. What is in the back? It is Fletchinder, and Rockstar Pikachu should be able to close out this game. In comes Rockstar Pikachu, able to get to the Thunder Punch. That is going to be taken care of Fletchinder. Pikachu closing strong, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Rockstar Pikachu into Jumpluff. Pretty neutral lead overall, but the main difference here is going to be in bulk. Jumpluff is very bulky, so they should be able to tank this Thunder Punch no problem, whereas I imagine Rockstar Pikachu is going to need to commit the shield on the Energy Ball. Energy Ball coming through, Rockstar Pikachu will commit the shield, and the opponent save switches into Swinub, and the question is, does the Swinub respect the Meteor Mash? Moment of truth, they do. That is absolutely heartbreaking, and now they're going to bring Swinub into the mirror. Unfortunately, down energy, the opponent is going to be able to get the debuff first with Icy Wind, but this should still be a fairly neutral mirror overall. Going for the Icy Wind, opponent doesn't have to shield it, but it will still do a solid amount of damage. Going to let the Swinub go down and potentially get some nice farm with Ducklet, as the opponent should not be able to reach a move before Ducklet is able to farm down. Waiting out the switch clock, in comes Ducklet, opponent is going to save the Swinub for later, they bring in Jumpluff and Jumpluff is able to reach a move. Ducklet trying to farm down, no such luck, and they'll have to commit the final shield. So Ducklet is absolutely loaded. What does the opponent have in the back? Swinub gets farmed down, and it is Fletchinder, and this game is over. Ducklet going for the Bubble Beam. Even for a low damage move, that does big super effective damage. Going for Bubble Beam number 2, that gets them low. Switching back into Rockstar Pikachu, farming down, and that's a good game. Hopping to the next match, now leading Flying Pikachu into Cottony. Flying Pikachu does have access to the exclusive move of Fly. The question is, does the opponent know that? Pikachu going straight for Fly. It connects, does massive damage onto Cottony, in comes Swinub, and Swinub is able to farm down. Opponent brings in Shadow Marshtomp, but with this energy lead, Swinub is going to be able to reach a move first. Going for the Icy Wind, able to grab a shield, and of course lower the opponent's attack. Marshtomp able to reach a move, but Swinub is not done. They're going to commit the shield on the Surf because they're going to be able to reach a second Icy Wind, and this is going to be doing big damage or grabbing the final shield. Able to grab the final shield, opponent brings in their final Pokemon, and it is Swinub. Going for the Icy Wind, but they lose CMP. Do they commit the shield? They do not. They let the Swinub go down. Back in comes Flying Pikachu. Flying Pikachu unfortunately gets outpaced. Are they going to shield now? They are not. They are trusting in Ducklet to win this match. In comes Ducklet. Ducklet trying to go for the Bubble Beam, but unfortunately they do lose CMP. Going to commit the shield. Opponent does go for the Icy Wind, and unfortunately Ducklet has no way of resetting that debuff. Going for the Bubble Beam, undercharges it slightly, goes for the farm down. In comes Marshtomp, and Marshtomp reaches the move. All charge moves should be resisted here. They end up going for the Surf. That still does a lot of damage, and Ducklet is going to be going for the Bubble Beam. Bubble Beam, this should be close to taking out the Marshtomp. It does. Able to farm down the Swinub, and that's a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Flying Pikachu into another Cottony. Can we see a second Cottony get absolutely destroyed by Fly? Pikachu going for the Fly. Can it connect? Opponent does commit the shield this time, and now going to save switch into Swinub, and they are met with a Water Gun Skrelp. This is not a great matchup for Swinub, but Swinub does have a very big energy lead, and that should allow it to reach a second Body Slam, and this is going to be taking out the Skrelp if they decide not to shield. Body Slam does get the shield, and now, despite not having switch, they do have a 2-0 shield advantage. Do you bring back in the Pikachu here, use it as a shield? No, they're actually going to bring in Ducklet, basically relying on the fact that Brave Bird hits incredibly hard when shields are down. Going to commit the shield, just ends up being an Aqua Tail, and I believe this is just an Aqua Tail as well. Skrelp going for the Aqua Tail, they get farmed down. We know there's still Cottony, in comes Cottony, and they're going to get absolutely demolished by Brave Bird. So the question is, what does the opponent have in the back here? Moment of truth, they have Nidoran, and now this should be a really good spot for Flying Pikachu to close. Going to commit the shield on the Body Slam, able to reach the Wild Charge. Hello, Nidoran. Bye-bye, Nidoran. Get vaporized with a Wild Charge, and that's a good game. Hopping to the next match, now leading Popstar Pikachu into Galarian Stunfisk. Terrible lead. Gonna save switch into Swinub, and they are met with a Razor Leaf Oddish, and this immediately has me worried that it could be Grass Hole. And if so, that would be a big issue, because Popstar Pikachu's exclusive move is Draining Kiss, which is not particularly useful against Grass Hole. They're bringing back in the Pikachu. Oddish is able to reach a move. They're actually deciding to let this go, and I'm not sure I agree with that decision, because if it is Grass Hole, I think they're going to die with 2 shields. I think they had to shield the Pikachu there. Moment of truth. There's a Torterra in the back, and unfortunately they are going to die with 2 shields, as Torterra can easily shield up the Bubble Beam, commit to the farm down, and take them out. That is unfortunate. Hopping to the next match, looking for redemption with Popstar Pikachu, picking up the dream lead. Pikachu into Ducklet, going to go straight for the Thunder Punch. The fact that Ducklet is staying in here, they must be incredibly weak to Pikachu in the back. No charge move can do a lot of damage here, so they can safely no shield. Only ends up being an Aerial Ace. Honestly, I'd take that back. Even a resisted Aerial Ace does quite a bit of damage to Popstar Pikachu. Able to take them out with a Thunder Punch, and the opponent is going to farm down with Cottonee. But this is where Swinub can thrive. Swinub extremely outpaces Cottonee, and they're going to be able to debuff them with an Icy Wind, so if they decide to shield, they are going to have a lowered amount of charm damage they can do. Switching into Ducklet, going to need to commit the shield, but Ducklet with shields down is incredibly deadly. Ducklet, are they looking to go for the farm down? They are, and whatever's in the back is going to get absolutely Brave Birded. Oh no, it's a Scorpy. Scorpy is going to get absolutely vanquished by Brave Bird, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, now leading the star of the show, Pikachu Libre into Shadow Drapion. This is just 4. I believe this should just be an Aqua Tail. We'll see how well Libre can tank it. Oh, it's a Fell Snare. I guess you do see some interesting movesets in the Little Cup. Going straight for the Flying Press, able to grab the shield. Pikachu Libre, incredibly spammy, able to reach another Flying Press. Does the opponent commit the second shield? They do not, and down goes Drapion. In comes Togekiss, those charms doing massive damage, but they have the perfect response in Swinub. Farming up, going for the Body Slam, but the opponent catches onto, did that say Stoutland? Catches onto a Stoutland, that does a ton of damage, and the opponent is running an Ice Fang Stoutland, so their backline is very fast move pressure heavy with a Charmer and an Ice Fang user, but Ducklet should be able to make quick work of the rest of this team, able to wing attack down, 2 shield flexin for the win. Hopping to the next match, leading Pikachu Libre into Shadow Venonat. Shadow Venonat is a very scary Pokemon to see. That combination of Confusion and Poison Fang is very deadly. Libre going for the Thunder Punch. That does big damage, but Venonat is at a Poison Fang. Libre going to commit the shield. At this low of health, can it farm down before the Confusions take it out? It can, surviving on 1 HP. Wooper comes in and they're going straight for the Flying Press. Does Wooper respect it? They do not. That does big damage onto the Wooper. In comes Ducklet. Opponent instantly switches out and they bring in their own Ducklet. Building up to the Brave Bird and now going to be going for the Bubble Beam. Hoping to try and get a shield. Opponent calls the bait and they're at a move. I believe this is just an Aerial Ace or a Bubble Beam. It is an Aerial Ace from the opponent, and now in comes Swinub. Swinub just going for the Body Slam. At this point, you just have to get off as many charge moves as you can. The opponent has 2 shields, so they're probably going to be shielding everything. Swinub should be able to tank a Bubble Beam. Bubble Beam, even when super effective, still a very low damage move. Swinub able to reach a second Body Slam. It is debuffed, but the opponent is very low health, so they are going to commit the shield. I don't think a Bubble Beam will quite KO here. They're going to let it through. They tank that. In comes Wooper. Swinub able to get to a move on 1 HP. This should be taking out Wooper even despite the debuffs. I believe it does. Back in comes Ducklet. Opponent sees the writing on the wall and concedes the match. Hopping to the final match, once again leading Pikachu Libre, this time into a Cottonee. Going to save switch into Swinub, and the Cottonee is staying in. Swinub will dramatically outpace them, going for the Icy Wind, able to grab a shield, and of course get the attack debuff, which is what they were after. Going for another Icy Wind, Cottonee is able to outpace, and they will need to commit a shield, but they should be able to get a shield back, but they're not, as the opponent makes a very nice switch, catching the Icy Wind onto Barboach. Swinub trying to get to another move. They're able to reach a Body Slam before Barboach is able to farm down. This will be doing a significant amount of damage. Barboach is willing to commit the shield. Barboach tries to farm down, unable to do so. Swinub putting in a ton of work, able to take out the Barboach and win switch. Back in comes Cottonee, but now Ducklet is just going to be able to farm it down, so Ducklet should be in a really good position to close. It is the opponent's own Ducklet in the back, and this game is over. They're going for the Bubble Beam to lower their attack, and now it is Pikachu Libre time. Pikachu Libre Oh no, they're going for the flying press disrespect. An homage to Boygos. Flying press, going for the disrespect. They're going to be able to take out the Ducklet. Do they call it? They do. Just a bubble beam. Little bit of lag there. Able to farm down at the end. That is a good game. And that ends the Pikachu Chronicles. All in all, some incredibly fun battles in the Little Jungle Cup, featuring 5 different Pikachus with either legacy or exclusive moves. I'll be honest, I feel like these battles embodied everything that is good about the Season of Spice, just running what you want to run and having a good time doing it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide to the channel is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.